So what is it about? It's a good question, right? It's a good question. It's $120 million student film where the performances are all stellar, right? And the cast is excellent, right? I mean, everybody is there, especially Nathalie Emmanuel, who is she looks like she's sculpted in every scene. She looks, and she's the main reason to watch the movie, right? I got some, no one has reason to look this hot, right? I mean, she just looks absolutely perfect, amazingly so. So this is, as far as I can understand it, right? And there may be more deeper, complex understanding of meanings going, but I think it was incomprehensible, impenetrable drivel is how I would describe it. I would get beautiful performances, look generally pretty good, right? But man, Coppola's career he had two careers, the good one and the bad one. Let me pull up his IMDb for a second. IMDb. Megalopolis. I mean, it's a massive flop, and quite rightly so, frankly. Francis Ford Coppola. Let me pull it down a second. Again, such an incredibly great director and such a shit director as well. I mean, it's really bizarre. No, that's producer. I want to see director. Fine. Stop screen. Share screen. Boink. So, again, a career that just kind of nosedived after Brilliance, right? What was his first, Godfather, I think that'll be his first, great movie, right? In conversation, I have no idea what that's about. Godfather and Godfather Part 2, Apocalypse Now, some of the best movies ever made, right? I would say, yes, some of the greatest movies ever made. Then he had this huge flop with One from the Heart, and it destroyed him, right? Oh, yeah, he did a couple of good movies. I like Outsiders, Rumblefish, Cotton Club. I take it back. He did bounce back, right? Mama, I don't know. Outsiders, Rumblefish, Cotton Club, blimey, they all captain. Yeah, doesn't really count. Peggy Sue Got Married, blimey. That's a bit lightweight. Fairy Tale Theater. No idea what that is. Guard of the Stone, Tucker. Okay, now these are mediocre movies. New York Stories, he did a segment in, and Godfather 3. I quite like Dracula, man. Jack, okay, so annoying. Rainmaker. So when did he fall apart? I think around Tetro, right? Or Youth Without Youth. I don't know. Yeah, everything since then is just not very good, right? Sadly, right? Tetra is particularly awful. But Megalopolis, right? Yeah, so this is just another trend of unfortunately bad movies. I would say his career probably ended with Dracula, right? That's fair enough, 92. Oh, everything after that, I would say, yeah. And this is a culmination of that, very sadly. Again, I would call it babble, incoherent babble that's incomprehensible, right? And impenetrable. So, fine. So this is the world that's existing. It's kind of like, imagine the Roman world of legend, the Rome of what's the word, of classics, if that was real, Pegasus, Apollo, all that kind of stuff, right? So that, and then transpose it to a modern setting. Okay, could work. But here's the thing: the internal consistency and rules of the universe really aren't very well defined, and it comes across as like late 80s David Lynch-esque I want to say pretentious because when David Lynch did it, it wasn't pretentious. All right. Just what's the word I'm looking for? Surrealism, right? So you have Adam Driver, who is ostensibly the star of the movie. So New York is called New Rome. And Adam Driver, he's the chief, or I can't remember, not architect, creator or something. He has his office has unlimited power, but then it goes. Have a second. They kind of forget these rules as they move on to it, as the movie moves on. And like then it talks about this and that, and it just nothing really stays constant. So he's got this weird superpower that he can stop time, right? And again, he's got this vision to build this city called Megalopolis. It starts off, he demolishes this huge city block, and he's got this vision to build Megalopolis. Then a lot of it is about Nathalie Emmanuel. She's like one of the muses, I thought at first. And yeah, that definitely works, right? I heard one of the muses, and kind of that's what's going on. And oh man, yeah, she looks just stunning in this, right? But like, she's so beautiful. I think she's better when they. When she's more covered up, frankly, right? Yeah, I mean you see some boobage going there, but it's much sexier the less she reveals. And she knows she's gorgeous, obviously. And I think she's chosen her career quite well. She's got a lot of very good roles. I mean, the Game of Thrones one was definitely a gift that like launched her into the stratosphere. But yeah, I mean, again, she is just breathtaking. Your eye can't take your you can't take your eye off her. So she's a socialite, and she's the daughter of. Again, none of this really makes sense. It doesn't really matter. Daughter of what's his name? Giancarlo Esposito, right? He's the mayor and the rival. It is like Shakespearean feud, and there's a bank that's owned by who is it? What's the guy's name? John Voight, right? An aging John Voight who's married to Aubrey Plaza with blonde hair. And again, I want to be clear: all these performances are brilliant, right? In pure meaningless shit, and sadly, right? It really is. So. And Lawrence Fishburne is the narrator and driver for Adam Driver's character. And I'm sure these are deep metaphors going all the way through. But again, it's just impenetrable and self-obsessed and not very good. Bottom line, right? It's not very good. And I think it's not very good because it's impenetrable. Like, again, David Lynch's stuff, bit weird, but Wild at Heart, I felt like I was able to access, right? I don't know what Coppola is saying with this. It seems to be some form of social commentary. I can't really tell. Dustin Hoffman's in it, but I didn't really remember him being in it. Shia LaBeouf has a quite good turn in it. So that was quite good. And also Jason Schwartzman plays like a lackey to the mayor. He's quite good at that as well. Everyone's quite good, right? And lots of things are good, but it's all surreal and it defies its own internal logic often. And told against a pretentious Shakespearean epic plot about where it will essentially the daughter Gianna Esposito's daughter Nathalie Emmanuel ends up working for and eventually marrying Adam Driver, who has this weird put a basin haircut and just puts on this bizarre performance all the way through, but not a bad one, but just what I don't understand. And he's demolished these blocks to make this new city called Megalopolis that only he can see. And then Nathalie Emmanuel can see it as well, and she can stop time, but he can't. Okay. Like again, I like things like Peter Greenaway and things like that in his prime. I thought that stuff was great. This just is, again, drivel. Mainly drivel. And then there's a whole plot about Audrey Plaza stealing the bank. It isn't the last half hour for some weird reason. Aubrey Plaza stealing the bank from John Voight to take down Adam Driver for some, again, reason that nobody really knows or cares about or understands, right? I would say. Again, this is made for the Razzies. This is awful on a level that you just can't comprehend. Yeah, so I got a. I'll play some screen grabs from it because it's. I want to see what more stuff that like makes me think about. 1 second, right? Yeah, so Adam's out. He can do this stuff. There's Jason Schwartzman again. You get to see a little bit of the world. Aubrey Plaza. At the beginning, she's some kind of like media person. They forget about that almost instantly, right? And there's where's Nathalie Emmanuel? Oh gosh! And again, look how perfect she looks. It's crazy. Nobody has any right looking that beautiful, right? Did we get close? Hey, I missed it again. Come back. There you go. No one's a right just looking that beautiful. It's just crazy, right? And then again, you have this like bizarre world that's building all the way through it. That's Rome. It's kind of like, again, ancient Rome as told in current day New York. I think this is interesting if you're from New York, maybe, right? And so you get all this like Shakespearean pomp and surrealism and none of it really. Until then, you got this whole thing with Nathalie Emmanuel's father, and Aubrey Plaza's trying to steal the bank. This again, it's really bizarre as Adam Driver. It's like mortally wounded in a weird way. Like again, this seems like a very fair still from it. Right, and eventually everybody ends up in Megalopolis where everything's wonderful, right? And it's there, and the future is there, right? As the corrupt regime falls. Whatever, I don't know. Whatever. It was awful. Is the only way I can describe it. Just absolutely awful. Don't know what to tell you, right? Don't know what to tell you. Other than don't go and see that. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.